Okay, so from the top, here we go, the whole verse. Hey, what's up everybody? Tyler from TenthumbsPro.com. Alright, today I'm going to fly you to the moon, but I'm not going to do it with Mr. Sinatra. I'm going to do it with Ms. Karen O. We're doing the Moon song, alright? You may have heard this song from the movie Her, when Mr. Phoenix and Mrs. Johansson or Miss Johansson are singing it together, or he's playing the ukulele and she's singing it. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down both versions. I'm going to break down the Karen O version, and I'm going to break down the Joaquin Scarlett version, alright? The Karen O is a strummer version, really easy, we're going to bang through it. And the other version is a little more complicated because it's finger picking, but I'm going to break it down note by note, pattern by pattern, piece by piece. You're going to get it in no time, alright? Tenthumbspro.com. New songs every Wednesday, new songs every Saturday. Links below to see how you can get involved and help us grow. Tenthumbs is who I am. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, we're all over all that stuff, alright? What we're doing is helping you make the music that you want to make, alright? But if you came just for this lesson, I dig it. That's the whole idea. Grab your ukulele, grab your brain, grab your attention span, follow me onto this lesson, and let's break it down right now. Alright. Alright everybody, let's break this one down. The first version we're going to do is the Karen O version, alright? And this will be the easier version because it's the strummer version. Then we'll do the finger picking, the Joaquin Phoenix version, or the Scarlett Johansson version second. So let's look at this. First we're going to need a D minor. We're going to need a G major. And we're going to need a C major. And that's the bulk of the song, but we're also going to need an F major, an F minor. Now if you've never played an F minor, this chord might be tricky, so I'm going to spend a little more time on it. I'm not using my ring finger. I'm fretting the first fret of the G string with my pointer, first fret of the E string with my middle finger, and the third fret or the C note of the A string with my pinky. And then from there to a C string. Alright? Now the strum pattern in this one is Old Faithful. It's just the down, down, up, down, up. So let's sit on the D minor and let's go through that for a little while. Alright, so now that you have the strum pattern, what we're going to do is we're going to go D for one strum pattern, G for one strum pattern, C for one strum pattern, which is the intro. And that sounds like this. Alright, and that actually is the intro, and it's also the first three loops of the verse. So from the intro, you go right into the verse. Then after you do that, three times in the verse, the fourth time you're going to go D minor, G major, F, 2, 3, 4, F minor, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, on the C again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Then you start over. And that's actually the whole song. So let's look at the keywords. In the first verse, it's going to be, I'm lying on the moon. My dear, I'll be there soon. It's a quiet, starry place. That's where swallowed up in space, we're here a million miles away. Alright, so now I'm going to do a mini play along. I'm going to do the intro and I'm going to play through the whole verse, and I'm going to finish on a C chord, and that will cover our Karen O version. So the intro. Start over, and that's the whole song. All right, now these are actually the same chords. The 2, this is called a 2-5-1. So if you make this a D minor 7, a G7, and a C major 7, you have a jazz loop. If you're interested in jazz, go ahead and click the link and we will show you how to construct the 2-5-1 loop, and we will show you how to improvise over it, okay? And these are also the same chords for Sunday Morning by Maroon 5. And there's another link for you right there if you want to go ahead and learn that song. It's kind of cool if you can lump progressions by songs and chords, because then if you learn one, you can accelerate your learning and learn 2 or 3 songs at the same time. All right, so now we're going to move into her version, or the actual version from the movie that Scarlett is singing and Joaquin is playing. Now, the intro is going to be a little bit longer, okay? So let's start with the intro. So the finger picking pattern, in this song, in this particular version, you're not even going to need the G string, all right? So let's look at the pattern over a D chord. It's going to look like this. All right? And what I'm doing is I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, that's how I'm going to count it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that same pattern on the D minor is going to be on the G major. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Alright, let's put those 2 together. To the C. Now the C in this version is going to be slightly different. What we're going to do is we're going to make the bar chord for the C here, but we're going to take off our ring finger and move this finger down. So I'm fretting from the C string, the 4th fret, and on the E string, the 3rd fret of each one. So let's look at the C string. Now that we know how to make this chord, I'm going to go ahead and play through it once, and it looks like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so let's put that whole thing together. Alright, and that's the bulk of this song, that's the bulk of this version. Now, in the intro, you're going to go through that twice. I'm sorry, you're going to go through the D minor, that loop once, and then you're going to go back to the D minor, G, and this time on the G, you're going to go 1 and 2 and 3, 4, F, F minor, and then you repeat the C pattern. Except, that is how we would play it in the first version. This time we're going to grab our F like this. From the C string, 5, 5, and then 3. Now notice, what I'm doing is I'm using my ring finger on the 5th fret, pinky finger on the 5th fret, and my pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, because I have my middle finger on the 4th, because we're going to go F minor, F major, then remove this pinky, and we have an F minor. Back to the C. Okay, so that looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? So from the top, the intro. And then you go into the verse. Now what the verse is going to be, it's going to be the D to the G to the C, and that's going to repeat itself 3 times, all right? And after it repeats itself 3 times, we're going to repeat like we done in the end of the intro with the D minor, G, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, F minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, C. Okay, so that little turnaround again. Okay, so from the top, here we go, the whole verse. And that just repeats itself 3 times. Now on the very last time you go through, oh, I'm sorry, that repeats itself twice because in the Scarlett and the Joaquin version there's only 2 verses. Then at the very end of the song, after you go F major, F minor, C major, you're going to reach up with this ring finger on the 5th fret a whole C and strum through it. So that'll sound like this. And that's the end of the song. So okay, let's go ahead and do a play along with this one. And I'm going to do the intro of the verse, and then at the end of the verse, I'm going to end on that C chord. So from the top, here we go. There you have it, both versions, Karen O and Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson. I hope you enjoyed it. The Moon Song, alright? The Moon Song, the Moon Song, the Moon Song. It's in the key of C major, so if you were the type of dude like me to get funky, you get a little funky like this. we successfully gone to the moon on the starry night with lonely people in a cabin and jaded lovers, and we did it, and now you got this beautiful song and you can play it on your ukulele. And we put those links in there for you for Sunday morning and how to play jazz, because that 251 is a beautiful turnaround that you should get to know, and you should rip it apart because it's a lot of fun to play. Okay, Tenthumbspro.com. Big hug from me to you, and until next time, just keep on keeping on, keep doing you. We're gonna keep doing us, and we're gonna keep making music. That's what it's all about. All right, take care. Ciao.